So you're ready to treat yourself, maybe treat your significant other. You want to take a luxury golf vacation, but you don't want the usual suspects. You don't want Pebble, Kiowa, Pinehurst. Those are very golf-centric. What if you wanted to like up the luxury factor? Well, that's what I'm gonna help you with today. Today I'm gonna share with you 5 luxury golf resorts that you have probably never heard of for your next romantic getaway. First up is Nemacolin in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. Now, if you're not from that general area, there's a good chance you've never heard of Nemacolin, which I always thought was pronounced Nemacolin. It's Nemacolin. I don't think I've ever been so surprised by a golf resort in my life. This place is massive. But not only is it massive, the luxury factor is like amped up to 10. I mean, just look at this main hotel. Like, this is in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, on the border of West Virginia. Not only is this one of the largest, most ornate hotel rooms I have ever stayed in, but it comes with its own butler. That's right. Anytime you need anything, you just pick up the phone, you call your butler, and they will wait on you hand and foot no matter what you want. Well, within reason. But that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to what this place offers. You've got 2 excellent golf courses that are very different from one another. Mystic Rock is the more well-known of the 2. It's hosted the PGA Tour. It's one of the top 100 public courses in the US, and it is an all-around excellent course. Shepherd's Rock is the second course, which is definitely a little bit quirkier. It's got some holes I have never seen before, including some that are like built into the side of a hill. Definitely high quirk factor, but I had a ton of fun. I actually like Shepherd's Rock more than Mystic Rock. Either way, you've got 2 great golf courses that provide very different experiences. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Nemacolin has 3 different hotels that are all 5-star. Each one has its own different unique vibe. There are numerous pools, countless restaurants. There's a speakeasy. There's a crazy like cabaret style show that was way better than I expected it to be. And the food is wonderful. You can go fishing, you can go whitewater rafting. There's even a ski hill. This is simply one of those places that I just can't believe I didn't know existed. So whether you're looking for a romantic getaway or if you're looking for a luxury family vacation, this place can do it all. But the best part of it is that if you want that romantic getaway, you can very easily do it without seeing a ton of families. If you want a lively family experience, you can do that without annoying the people that are looking for the romantic getaway. That is part of the magic of Nemacolin, and if you want one of the most unique golf experiences out there, that is definitely high on my list. So for number 2, we're going to the opposite side of the country, a completely different experience, and that is Brasada Ranch right outside Bend, Oregon. So the golf course at Brasada is one of the biggest surprises I've had in a long time. This course oozes fun. Not only that, it probably has the best views of any course in Bend. It's quite a bit higher in elevation than some of the courses in the area, so it gives you spectacular views of the Three Sisters Mountains from, well, pretty much every single hole. The course routes up, down, through canyons. That's where it gets its name, Brasada Canyons. That's the actual name of the golf course. And I found it to be one of the most enjoyable courses that I've played for newer or beginning golfers. I played 9 holes with both my wife and my 4-year-old, and they had a blast. But again, if you're looking for a luxury romantic vacation, one of the things that I like about this compared to any of the other resorts in Bend is the fact that they really do cater to adults. So you can go into their brand new Cascade bungalows, and those are adults only bungalows. They also have a full adults only pool. The main pool definitely gets a little crowded. It can be a little chaotic, but if you just want peace and quiet with no rambunctious kids around, you can go to the adults only pool, and it is very peaceful. There are 2 main restaurants on property that are both excellent, and whether you have a kid or not, you can't miss the s'mores at sunset. As a family, it's one of the highlights we've had all summer. So I chose this one for the list because I feel like it's a little bit less known than some of the other resorts in Bend, and I feel like it just has a little bit more of a resort feel. You go to Sun River, Pronghorn, even Tetherow, and those can feel more like residential neighborhoods than resorts. Don't get me wrong, there is a residential component to Brasada. It definitely can have those vibes as well, but compared to some of those other places, it does feel like more of a resort, and being in Central Oregon, there are countless things you can do. So if you're looking for more than just golf and pool time, you can still pretty much do any outdoor activity you can imagine. Hey, real quick, not sure which golf resort you should go to next? Don't worry, I got you. I put together a quick quiz. You're gonna answer a few questions around what you were looking for, and I'm gonna give you my best recommendation on the golf resort that is the best fit for you. So I'll link to that below, and you can go do it right now while you watch the rest of this video. Also, if you would like to learn more about any of these resorts, I have done extensive write-ups on all of these over at breaking80.com. So I will link to those full reviews down below. All of those also have videos as well. So no matter what you want to know or what you want to learn about, I should have you covered with all that content down there. So go check it out. All right, back to the video. At number 3 on our list, this might be the most unique golf resort I have ever been to, and that is Sensei Porcupine Creek. You've never heard of it? Well, that's not necessarily a surprise. Over the course of the last decade, if you had looked at lists of the top 10 most difficult tee times to get, the toughest courses to play, public or private, in the US, almost every single one of these would have included Porcupine Creek. Why? Because it was owned by one man, Larry Ellison, one of the richest guys in the world. He bought this 230-acre property in 2011. It's in Rancho Mirage, right outside Palm Springs, and it was his private estate that has its own 19-hole golf course. But here's what happened. A few years back, him and one of his friends had a mutual friend that passed away. So they started thinking, how can we take this property and morph it into something that can help others in terms of their own health and wellness? So they created Sensei Porcupine Creek. It is now a boutique resort that is all catered around the health and wellness journey. So all of the guests, everyone that visits, you have to stay for at least 2 nights, and you're going to kind of pick the wellness journey that you want to be on. When my wife and I went, we kind of had a choose your own adventure introductory package where we got to experience a lot of the different things that they offered. We did a sound bath, we did wall yoga, I had an infrared massage where they took infrared pictures of my body to figure out where the hot spots were and then gave me a massage based on that. Yeah, it was wild, and every bit of it is just as cool and as interesting as it sounds. But wait, it gets better, like a lot better. First off, there's one restaurant on the property. It's Nobu. Yeah, that Nobu. And it's only for hotel guests, of which, if there are 50 guests on property, that is extremely crowded. When we were there were 12 people on property. Let that sink in. But let's get back to Nobu for a second. So the main restaurant is Nobu. So all of your dining is created by Nobu. So if you're on the golf course and you're hungry, you call them up. You say, hey, I'd like some food. They'll bring you whatever food and drinks you want directly out to wherever you are on the course. And then Nobu is delivered to you on the 6th hole. And is fantastic. But here's the craziest part. The chances are you are going to be the only person on the golf course for that entire day. Because in order to play this course, you have to be a guest. And the greens fee, even if you're a guest in a very expensive room, is also, well, it's very expensive. And so the last time I checked, I think they only allow 2 groups out a day, but when we were there, we were the only people on the golf course for the entire day. They basically said, do whatever you want. You want to play barefoot? Go for it. You want to blast your music? Go for it. If you want to play the same hole 4 times? Go for it. You want to play cross-country golf and go to that green over there? You do whatever you want. And it's just as cool as it sounds. Honestly, of all the golf resorts I've been to and all the places I've brought my wife, that is the one that she keeps saying, I want to go back there. I want to go back there. I don't care how much it costs. That's where I want to go. And so at some point, we will be going back to Sensei Porcupine Creek. It really was a wellness experience. It really was a unique and memorable experience. And I highly recommend you check out my Sensei Porcupine Creek video just to kind of see how crazy this place is, because it is unlike any resort I've ever been to. And so if you're looking for a luxurious, healing, and expensive golf resort vacation, definitely check out Sensei Porcupine Creek. All right, I feel like I got a little excitable. I mean, you can tell the places I'm most excited about by how excited I get. That place is special. All right, next up, we are heading north, like really north, to Jasper Park Lodge. So if you are looking for a luxury adult summer camp-like getaway, Jasper Park Lodge is one of the best places you can go. So the problem is you fly into Calgary and then it's like a 5-ish hour drive to get there. And so most people will go to Banff. You think of Banff Springs, the Devil's Cauldron. That's kind of the most famous golf course in the area. You think of the massive Fairmont Banff Springs overlooking the course. Like that's the one that's more well known. But you drive about 3 hours past Banff to Jasper, and that takes you to Jasper Park Lodge, which is this beautiful luxury resort that's situated on this lake with a golf course that is one of the best I have ever played. Now the golf course at Jasper Park Lodge, it doesn't have quite the same views that Banff does. Don't get me wrong, it's got incredible views, but the golf course itself I thought was more interesting. I didn't really know what to expect. You see, the first time I visited there, we made the drive, and the drive from Banff to Jasper is one of the most beautiful in the world. We had this great evening right on the lake, and then we woke up, and I locked myself out of my room. So, woke up this morning. Supposed to have a tee time at Jasper Park Lodge, one of the best courses in Canada, here in about 15 minutes. But unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna happen. You know, I prepare for a lot of things on these golf trips. I can't say I was expecting snow. And the snow continued to fall, and so even though it was early September, I think we got 6 inches of snow that day. And so I did get a tour of the golf course in the snow, but you can't really see that much from there. And so it would be another 5 years before I would make it back to actually be able to go and play the golf course. And when I did, I've got to say, every single hole I found myself being like, whoa, this is cool. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. Not to mention the very unique experience of getting to the first hole and hearing that we have a grizzly delay. They had to shepherd the mama grizzly and her babies off the course until we could tee off. And then on the 16th hole of that first round, we saw some black bears, which was, again, just kind of a unique experience. But if you're looking to truly get away, experience luxury, have some wonderful food, experience nature, spend some time just chilling out on a lake, and have one of the best golf courses in the world that most people haven't played, definitely consider a trip to Jasper Park Lodge. And you get the added benefit of, if you're going that far, you might as well stop in Banff, you might as well go to Lake Louise. And while all of those places are undoubtedly touristy, they're touristy for a reason, because they're pretty great too. And finally, the last luxurious golf resort on our list is the Four Seasons Hualalai. And for years, I didn't really know much about the Four Seasons Hualalai until I decided to go and visit there. And now I can't believe I didn't know about it sooner, because it is one of the most special, impressive resorts I have ever been to. So Hualalai is on the big island of Hawaii. It's only like a 15-minute drive from the airport. And once you get there, you are treated to such a unique experience. So part of what makes this resort interesting is it's built around a series of coves. And each of those coves has its own pool, it has its own unique experience. So for instance, we stayed on the far end at the King's Pond pool. This is a saltwater pool that has a ton of fish, including an eagle ray that you can then go snorkel with. And that experience alone was worth visiting. And then you have another cove that has the family pool. And then you have another one which has an adults only pool. And then you have another one that has a swim up bar. And as you're doing this, there's different bars and restaurants that you can visit. And each one has its own unique feel and unique experience. And then you've got the spa and the fitness club. If you're into tennis, pickleball, basketball, you just want a sick outdoor gym, this place has it all. You do not need to leave the property when you are there. And once you're there, I can speak to this based on experience, you're not going to want to leave. Despite all of the other cool things on the big island that I would love to go see at some point, when I was at Hualalai, I was kind of like, yep, this is about as good as it gets. And again, as is the case with all the resorts in this video, it's expensive, so be prepared to pay for that luxury. So for as fantastic as the resort is, I was honestly not expecting a whole lot out of the golf course. And I thought the Hualalai golf course was a ton of fun. You get to the first hole, and the first hole's kind of like, the first hole's not that interesting. Kind of flat, kind of boring, not a whole lot in the way of views. But then you get to the second hole and you see lava rock everywhere. And the way that the fairway creeps around it and the way they use the lava as the hole design throughout the entire course is truly unique and truly fun. It's not an overly difficult course, but it is pristinely manicured. And so when you are out there, it's usually not very crowded as well. You truly feel like you have this course to yourself, and it is such a fun experience. And it culminates when you get to the 17th hole, which is one of the most beautiful par threes you will see anywhere. So even if there are some quirky elements from an architecture standpoint, a few holes that might not be as engaging or as much fun, as a whole, I really enjoyed the Hualalai golf course, and the only thing that might be better than the course is the rest of the resort. And this is another one of those places, regardless of whether you're looking for a luxury getaway or a luxury family vacation, there are few better places in the world in which to do it. So there you go. Those are my 5 picks for the best luxury golf resorts that I've been to that you have probably never heard of. I had an excellent experience at all of these, and I would go back to any one of them in a heartbeat. So if you're looking for something a little bit different and you want to spend a little bit of money, you want to get fancy, then I can't recommend those 5 resorts enough. With that, my name's Sean Ogle. I'm the founder of this thing here at Breaking 80, where we talk about cool golf products, cool golf courses, and stuff like that. And if you like stuff like that, then maybe consider hitting the subscribe button, drop a comment, let me know if you've been to any of these resorts. I would love to hear about your experience. And with that, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.